Hello friends. Today a new gem on the mastery levels of seminal retention and the benefits related to each level. You will be able to see which category you fall into and in which aspects you need to work to move to the next level. We will quickly look at the 7 levels linked to the 7 chakras and also see at which level you derive your pleasure, that is your dopamine. The level of pleasure directly determines the level of self-realization you are at, from the level of addiction to pornography to the level of total consciousness. We will go through the 7 levels. Here is finally level 1. You are addicted to pornography. You release your energy through the pixel on your phone screen or on your computer. This greatly affects your brain because you adopt the quick fix method. Your nervous system is greatly damaged because it experiences very high and sudden dopamine spikes with minimal effort. At this stage, the part of the brain associated with connecting with other people is completely wrecked. Your ability to connect with humans is impaired, especially with women whom you easily visualize naked in your thoughts. Your ability to maintain direct and sincere eye contact is difficult. You probably have some social anxiety or lack confidence because your secret habits show in your public attitude. Your pleasure and self-realization then come from the root chakra, and according to the Hawkins scale, you vibrate at the level of shame. It is the lowest level in terms of energy and vibration. Level 2, ejaculation. You experience masturbation, but this time without any images. And so the dopamine peak is less intense, but you still release the precious fluid. As a result, you use your imagination or even your creativity to stimulate your nervous system. Rather than ejaculating, you ejaculate. Maintaining energy inside the body can help rebuild and nourish the nervous system, but we will see that in another video. And yes, there is indeed a way to practice sexuality without losing this precious fluid. So as I was saying, here we are at level 2. You are not addicted to pornography, but you still lack energy. At this level, you are in guilt, meaning you feel there is a gap between your best version and the one you are currently. But you are still addicted to the dopamine sensation. Level 3, the act of chasing and flirting with many women.
Indeed, for you, masturbation is over at this level.
You no longer lose fluid on your own, but you are in a state where you constantly need to conquer women, flirt to feel valued. At this point, you realize that penetrating a stranger's body gives you a feeling of success and achievement, and saying it like that makes you realize how senseless this is. At this level, your problem comes from self-esteem. Here, your dopamine is associated with the sacral chakra. You ejaculate depending on your success in conquering or not. You get your validation as a man from women and their acceptance to sleep with you. At this moment, you might still ask yourself, but why am I doing this? What is the real source of this behavior? And actually, it comes from the love of your mother when you were younger, which you transferred to being accepted by women. But I will not go into that today, as this is not the topic of the day. Level 3 then, we no longer lose this precious fluid through pixels or alone, but through a connection with other women. Level 4, here we practice seminal retention. We understand the importance of idealizing and cultivating this energy. If we move from level 1 to level 4, this is a great achievement and a big change because you can now count yourself among the 2 to 3% of the male population who understand the importance of masculine essence. You have managed to recalibrate your brain to its default mode as it was at the time of your puberty, just before your first urination. At this moment, you evolve to the level of irritation, anger on the Hawkins scale because semen retention is not an end in itself but the beginning of the journey. You have annoyance, irritation because you are accumulating energy but without knowing how to transmute or transform it. You start to become aggressive to indulge in your passion and charge ahead like a bull. We are here at the level of creativity and many actions are being implemented. A lot of willpower.
Here is the keyword, willpower.
We have the mastery and the will to let go of small pleasures like dopamine for something more lasting. We are aligned with ourselves and in this moment because we do what we say, and there is a correlation between words and actions. Here, you notice we are in the first 3 chakras, and this is only the beginning. When we move into another journey that we call solo, it's the moment when you understand that you don't need something or someone to have pleasure or personal satisfaction. You enjoy yourself alone, but you never lose this precious fluid. You truly cultivate your energy. This is a Taoist practice that you can find in the books of Mantak Chia. In the traditions of Eastern countries, you immediately fall into the heart chakras. You understand that there is finally a difference between ejaculation and orgasm. You finally break free from the conditioning we have been subjected to since childhood, which suggested that ejaculation and orgasm were completely linked. But this is false, as there are 2 very distinct biological processes. Many people remain stuck at the level of semi-retention because they firmly believe that the 2 are linked, fluid loss and orgasm. At this point, we finally move to the next level, which is dual activation, level 6. It is when you develop a deep connection through Tantra with someone, and you resonate at the same frequency as that person. It is no longer a moment where 2 people want to get something from each other, but rather a moment where you become one. And the whole is more important than personal pleasure. You circulate this energy through the chakras during this tantric practice. You balance the masculine and feminine energies. When you finally master this connection, you can finally seek those great orgasms that flow through the whole body and last much longer than what we have been accustomed to. You can finally reach much higher levels on the Hawkins scale, what is called enlightenment. This is to speak of my personal experience. This is the moment when you no longer see duality, but finally understand the word universe. You finally understand what you are capable of transcending through your partner and how reality and everything we see is just an illusion. Of course, this is not something that is achieved in the blink of an eye. It requires a lot of practice and training to master ejaculation and the techniques associated with it. Healing the root chakra, specifically your pelvic floor, is a mandatory step before you can experience this. Finally, level 7, the level that of course I have not yet achieved, which is called bramacharya. Brahma meaning divine and charya meaning path. A level that Gandhi reached, and he talks about it in his book. At that moment, we experience the cultivation of this energy without any external need. You are in a state of total consciousness. I am simply telling you what I've read here and there, but that I haven't experienced. What I can attest to, however, is that level 6 is a sublime level. You are in a state of constant bliss, especially after the act with your partner. You feel invigorated rather than drained. And every time the fluid passes through all your chakras, it nourishes and purifies your nervous system. You can clearly feel it as it is palpable. Level 7, according to ancient writings, would take 12 years of celibacy without any fluid loss. At that point, your nervous system unlocks levels never reached before. Do your research on Swami Vivekananda and you will have a better understanding of what I am telling you. As for me, I keep waking up with this wonderful energy, feeling like every day is Christmas. If you want to have a consultation with me, DM me on Instagram, or we can book a consultation so I can help you reach higher levels. If you enjoyed the content and want to learn the best way to level up as a man, like, subscribe, and especially share with someone who you think would need this kind of information. Peace.